We're in the concrete jungles, Dover, Delaware, the Monster Mile, and we are live. Friday night, FSBRacing.com, Aero 88 Series, another big field Friday night. And of course, I'm Greg. Welcome to the Monster Mile, Dover, Delaware. It's fast, it's a short track, but it's a mile long. But if you're good here, you can make hay. If you're not, you're going to have a long night, Milty. And there he is, my partner. Not in the booth tonight. He's behind the zero Trojan monster, number 0, Milt Minner Jr. Milty.
What's up, man? Huge ass field here.
Just like I told these boys in the meeting, we don't need anything over the top today. We got a good race car, we got a good driver, we got a good pit crew. All we gotta do is just everybody carry their weight. We'll be just fine at the end of this thing.
National anthem finishing up here.
Feel, bud.
We're gonna get the command to start engines, and Milty, you're right in the middle of a hornet's nest here. What are you thinking about? Are you thinking you got to go to the front, or are you just gonna play a little defense?
Yeah, I'm gonna try to survive and let things sort out, and then try to, get track position after, avoid wrecks. Lots of cars all around here, right in the middle of the beehive here.
Yes, you
Todd
are.
Larrabee, first week here, he's run well. A lot of experience. A lot of drivers in this field this week that won races. Guidry, and of course I can't see all the cars, but yeah, we got to get going here.
And as the field comes out onto the banking here at Dover, Delaware, Monster Mile, 1 mile exactly. It's banked, it's concrete, Milty, it's fast, and it's unforgiving on mistakes.
Yeah, you just let off for a few seconds, and then you're back on the gas. But it changes with the draft, and this is going to be real hectic.
Yeah, we got Alan Myers on the pole, Milty, one of my teammates. He had a great lap. He's really come into his own lately, and I mean, he's skyrocketing upwards, Milty, in his skills and his overall driving. You got to drive not only with your hands but with your head, Milty. And he's really coming into his own. He's on the pole tonight, which is a pretty big accomplishment if you ask me. We're green flag. And here we go, Bill Yarbrough right behind Alan there in the 54 car. He's in the 3rd position, but he's on the inside, which is the preferred line to start this race.
Oh, car
and
on the wall.
Yeah, we got the 34 sliding up high into the wall.
It's
and
Isaac.
Cars scrambling, some on the apron. It looks like everyone has kept their cars under control for the time being. But a hard hit by the 34 there, and that's not the way you want to start out this race.
Really easy to do on cold tires. The pace is so fast, and you want to get your car dialed in. Oh, there goes Sam. Almost lost it right in front of me there. What a save, man! That thing was plowing dirt, plowing concrete sideways. You got to be careful in practice.
Yeah, we see some two-wide racing there, and you can clearly see in the corners, Milty, a nice dark area of the track. Obviously, that's where you want to be. You do not want to be in the wider areas of the track because it's slick up there, and if you on cold tires, that's a double whammy.
Yeah, and there's a price to pay for going super fast. You're going to see a lot of comers and goers in this race, providing we have green flag runs.
Yeah, and right now everyone doing a great job so far of getting this race underway. Alan continues to have a nice little lead over the 191 of Mike Sanders. And this is another Mike Sanders type track, and I suspect we will see Mike
he
Sanders
won this week.
at
Or
the
was it
front.
last week?
Yeah, he'll be at the front all night tonight. It just looks like that to me. And there's Bill Yarbrough, who's separated from the pack. So 1, 2, and 3 have kind of separated. And then we have 4th place Robert Bokum in the 34 Isaac Johnson, who took that hard hit there right off the start of the race. And
gonna hurt his car later
we'll
on.
see. Yeah, we'll see as.
Unless it was just a brush.
Yeah, it looked more than a brush to me, but we will see that. 88 of Joe Cutt right behind him, and 30 of Mike Guidry, fresh off the Camping World Truck Series win last night at Martinsville. So Mike's feeling good. Mike's driving good as well, and another driver really coming into his own as the season coming to an end here at FSB Racing. And of course, Milty, at the end of the season at FSB, decisions are made. Some guys are dropped. Some guys might move down a division. But we're also looking to move guys up into the pro ranks, into the sportsman ranks that are deserving of that. And that's always an exciting time here as well.
Yep, the silly season begins.
Yeah, so we look forward to that, and I think we're going to see a pretty interesting pro crop come next FSB season. And,
starting to get a little tight here in the center, but also catching the cars in front of me. So, you know, the tires are starting to get cooked in, and a little bit of aero push, I think.
Yeah, and then we're looking at the 20 car there of Todd Larrabee, one of our newest applicants, Milty, and he's already been in a couple of races and showing some skill. Right behind him, the 77 car, Pat Rouchet, another one of my Voodoo teammates, along with Mike and Alan. And you know, Pat puts it all together. He can be the car to beat. So, and that includes this field as well. And we'll see if he can put it all together. That's been the problem with these big fields sometimes, Milty. You know, you have a great car, there's a wreck in front of you, someone comes down, clips you, and, you know, your good car is no longer good, no fault of your own, but kind of sets the tone for the rest of your race. And, you know, those are the things that separate a race winner from, you know, a 10th place finisher or something like that. Having some little luck once in a while.
Yeah, you've seen that this week with some guys you used to see in the 15, 18 win off a lot of these races, and they still are. But you're starting to see some different winners, first-time winners this week. Jeffrey Stone won a race.
Yeah, we are.
Boy, this is a long pack right here.
Yeah, we can see.
Interesting.
Yeah, we can see this pack strung out here as we open up our camera here to a little wider angle, so you can see the outlay of Dover, Delaware. There you see the hotel and the casino. Yeah, you can throw money down a machine, Milty, and watch the boys battle in turns 3 and 4. Quite entertaining. I've been there, seen it, been around this track myself. So it's a great place. I really like it. Always has a lively atmosphere when you're at the track. It's loud there. You can feel the shake in the stands as the car goes by. So it's a fun place to be, fun place to race.
Really having to let off it, sometimes twice now.
Yeah.
A lot of steering input, tight, but seems like we're catching these guys now. We got to see what we can do.
We can see that the leaders, Michael Sanders is our new leader, Milty. He went around the 101, and they have really separated from the rest of the field. And Mike Sanders driving the wheels off that car to start this race, and that's what when he has a good car, Milty, this is what he does. He likes to go out as fast and as far as possible, and then forces the field to kind of play catch up. and some will catch them and some won't, and we'll see where that puts them. Of course, cautions can always play a factor as well, but green flag, we're on already lap 18 of 160 here. So what are we looking at for a pit stop, Milty?
I haven't even looked, honestly, but I think it's somewhere around lap 40.
Yeah, so we're about halfway through. We'll say we're about halfway through a run right now. Third place is still Bill Yarbrough. He's looking very good, very solid, unconcerned, I'll put it. And we'll say that Bill's really almost seems to have changed his driving styles just slightly. He seems more content with long runs and management, and instead of that hard charging that we saw kind of early in the season from him. And I think he's starting to learn, Milty, that with these Winston Cup fields, you got to manage your equipment and be there at the end, because you know, the big fields, one mistake and you can go from 5th to 21st instantly.
Yeah, and these guys are all good.
Yeah, and we can see there's some congestion starting a little in front of you there, Milty. We see the 88 of Joe Cutter very high. Cars getting around him. That was Ken Hansen. Now one of your teammates there, Sam Young, making a look on the inside of the 88 car as well.
Boy, windshield just got dirty all of a sudden. I wonder if somebody's
someone might be blowing up. Here. You never know here. This game is realistic, Milty, and if you see some debris on the windshield, we might have a car blowing up. You never know. Some tough racing here. The 34, Isaac Johnson, 30, Mike Guidry. We're battling. Isaac is ahead of him now, but now the 20 of Todd Larrabee is right there. Right behind him is Ken Hansen in the 9, and Sammy right behind him. And now Mike's taking a look to the inside of the 34. So a lot of racing going on here in the mid-pack. And you got a nice view of all this action right in front of you, Milty. A lot of two-wide racing now, you see. And we also see that the 6 car, Mark DeSenza, is hooked up to your bumper, and we know all about the 6 car. He's fast, he's good.
He wants by. And
he probably wants by, but he also showing a little patience here too, Milty, in the mid-pack.
This is a really fast pace right now, but I think that's why. Well, you got Isaac with damage there. That's probably part of why he's losing momentum now.
Yeah, and this kind of chunk of cars here kind of stacking up as Isaac and Mike and now the 20 of Todd Larrabee kind of battle 2x2, and now Ken Hansen and Sam Young 2x2, and Joe Cutt right there, and then Milty and Mark DeSenza all kind of taking a wait and see approach here and see if anyone's going to make a mistake or openings will be there.
Oh boy, Larrabee got loose there.
Yeah, a little loose there, and
nice save. Caught the apron just a hair.
Yeah, and this apron here at Dover is kind of unfriendly. Some aprons a little friendlier than others. This one, unfriendly, I would say. Sam a little high there. Had to check up a little, got a little loose, I think.
Oh boy, it's good driving right there. Sam got loose, Joe backed off, and I saw it.
Yeah, now side by side, DeSenza trying to take advantage of that, Milty on the outside. Also, Todd Larrabee also on the outside. Now Sam taking a look on the inside. Ken Hansen gets by, so a lot of swapping of
look at this guy. Look
here.
How good he is. Took me on the outside there.
Yeah, Mark DeSenza with a nice pass. He took advantage of the lift that you had to do there to accommodate the kind of the accordion there with Sam and Joe. But Mark DeSenza, the wily veteran, Milty, anticipated that and got around you on the outside. That's a pro's move right there. and side-by-side action here at the front of this pack, with Ken now really moving toward the front. He's around Mike Guidry now, who's kind of stuck on the outside. Sam to the inside of him. Ken Hansen's clear. Isaac clear. And we'll see if the 20th Todd Larrabee can join the party, along with Joe and Mark DeSantis, who just clipped the apron there. Yeah, a little apron clippage there by... oh, and there goes Sam hard into the wall. We'll see if a caution comes out.
The caution, unless he starts dropping debris.
A little side-by-side contact there, but just in the wrong position. And really sent Sam hard into the outside wall. He bounced off it. Kept the car underneath him, lost some positions, but we'll see how he does now. But just a tick of contact there, and that's all it takes here at Dover. As we move slowly to the front here.
Still showing like 20 laps.
We see that the 101 car of Alan Myers has drifted back to 4th. Robert Bokum 3rd. Bill Yarborough up to 2nd, but they're all chasing the 191 car, Mike Sanders. And Mike is really setting the pace here, over 150 miles an hour average speed. Caution free, Milty, 34 laps in. And that's what FSB Racing FSB Racing is all about. Big fields and long green runs, and we're getting one right now. But the 191 looking extremely comfortable and smooth. The 54 and 18 doing what they usually do. And then we're back to our pole sitter, Alan Myers. Alan went out pretty hard. I think now he's realizing he needs to conserve his equipment and think about a full fuel run and not having to pit short for tires, Milty, which can happen to you here if you're not careful.
Boys, it's getting good right there, boy.
Yeah, and as we go back from Allen, we see this 2x2 racing. Cars getting loose coming out of the turns. Milty taken to the inside here of the 34 car, who might be paying the price now for some damage. Sam right on the back bumper of Milty there. That's teammates, so you hope Sammy is not a little too overzealous here. Of course,
I think he was really close, turn 1 there a couple laps ago.
Yeah, and we see Mark DeSenza side by side with Mike Guidry, and hard racing here, right behind our top 5, let's say. Mike Guidry on the outside, the 20 car, Todd Larrabee on the inside.
By.
Sam does want by. He's up high. He's up down low.
There's nowhere to go.
Yeah, Sam not known for the patience, and of course has to have a little damage from that hit to the outside wall.
Yeah, that was a hard lick.
Now we see the 88 of Joe Cutt trying to go under the 30 car, so Mike Guidry kind of got shuffled outside. And Dover, it appears to be a one-groove track at the moment here, Milty. You want to be low, you want to kind of hug the inside of the track. You get shuffled up high, and seems like that's not where you want to be. See Sam taking a look on the inside there. Woo. And now the 20 taking a look to the inside of the 6. So Todd Larrabee gets around the 6 of Mark DeSenza, and with a real power move to the inside. And you don't see the 6 get passed very often by anyone. And that was a very impressive pass. Mark, though, right on the back bumper, not giving any ground up here. 88 of Joe Cutt right behind him. 30 of Mike Guidry right there. We'll go back up a little ahead of this. The windshield getting full of gunk here. Allen now falling back to 5th. Ken Hansen up to 4th. So Ken Hansen's car getting a little better as this run progresses. And we're in lap 42, Milty, so we're already a quarter of the way in.
Nobody's
and
pitting now.
We
so
see the 23 car very slow here at the bottom with the leaders coming by. He pulls down hard to the inside. Not sure if he had trouble or if he came out of the pits, but he's down low. He's on the apron trying to have everyone avoid him here. And looks like he's safely down and down onto pit lane. I would suspect, Milty, pit stop should be happening soon.
Oh, I got the apron. I cannot see. 6 is pitting.
Okay, so we are hearing some pit stops here as we go back to the front. There we see the 191 of Mike Sanders. 54 Bill Yarbrough second, Robert
Sam
Bokum third.
Almost got wrecked there. They got behind like the 30, and the 6 was pitting. I'm gonna pit too. Screw it. Let's try something different.
And so green flag stops here at FSB Racing, Aero 88 Series here at Dover, Delaware. Green flags from the beginning. We're looking at some of the leaders. Milty said he's coming in. Other 6 car has been in. 20 and 101 now, swapping positions. Ken Hansen still out. We see the leaders now is Bill Yarbrough passing up the 191 of Mike Sanders, as does Robert Bokum.
Geez.
And we have cars coming in and out now of the pits. 99 is in, the 0 car getting his service. 98 is still out here, and we're on lap 46. So incredibly impressive start to this race, if you ask me. With this green flag run, we're on lap 47. Cars are still out. We see Milty now joining the fray again. And we see the 6 car going around them up to speed. The 191, the 18 to 54 are our leaders. Ken Hansen is 4th, and the 20 car Todd Larrabee is 5th.
Don't come out.
Yeah, and this is where you hope it cycles through now. We see the 101 is down low on the apron, so he'll be in and out as well from the pits. Looking to see now the 54 is in pit lane. That gives the lead up to the 18 car Robert Bokum, who's still stretching out this run. Lap 49. So
yeah,
Robert,
there was enough gas and could have made it on tires. It would right front would have been toast, but car was really going off, so it took a chance.
So we see the 54 coming down, the
Sam
191 coming down. The 34 is also in the pits. And yeah, we see the 80 and the 98 have retired from this race. Bill Yarbrough out and away, the 191 out and away. So some of our leaders in and out. Going through the field here.
Alan Myers lost some spots there, but he's coming now, and he catches me. Probably gonna let him by.
And there we see Milty in the 0
shit.
car.
Oh my God, that was close.
And Mike Pruitt coming out almost.
Wow.
You see the 6 and the 191 right ahead of you. There, Milty. Lead right now showing is the 07 of Ken Saska as pit stops continue. The 9, the 88, they're still out. The 18 has pitted.
Larrabee is disconnected.
Man, he had a pretty decent car tonight, so obviously something going on there. I didn't obviously see any wrecks, so
Could have been pit road.
yeah, we'll never know. Right now, we're still trying to see that the 07 car is in pit lane now. So as the cars cycle around, we'll see who our new leader is. We follow Robert Bokum here. Had a nice long run. So we see now our leader is the 54 car of Bill Yarbrough. and he's trying to put some guys a lap down now. So Bill Yarbrough is coming on strong here on this second stint here.
He got a short track win last Sunday night.
Yes, he did, and he's always a threat at any track.
He was really good in the Daytona Trans Am race we had.
He was, yeah, he was just as fast as the winning cars there at Daytona. Short track win, and now leading here on lap 54 of 160. So closing in on 100 to go, and he's looking to put some cars a lap down, and that's the 108 of Dog Palmer right ahead of him. And then there's Rick Johnson and the 43 of Rick Pisconer. The next one, so Rick Johnson may be in danger of going a lap down here.
Wow.
But Rick, don't see any problems. I think he's playing it smooth here.
And Sam both got confused with the 30 car there. The 30 was avoiding the 6 pitting, I believe, and that definitely lost him some time.
So as we look at our running order here on lap 56, our leader is the 54 car Bill Yarbrough, 18 of Robert Bokum second. Then we have the 191. The 07 gets loose and he's into the wall. And he's coming down, avoid, avoid, avoid.
Yellow is out.
Caution is out. Everyone seemed to avoid him. Hard contact though on the rear car.
Boy, it's hard. I got on the brakes, but it's hard when on the banking like that. You have to ease on the brakes.
Caution is out. Cars are taking the caution. 54 has taken the caution. Dog avoids going a lap down, as does Rick Johnson and Rick Visconner. So Rick Johnson gets what he needed. Milty gets the circle.
Yeah, he can come back and win this.
Basically just made up a lap on the field, and he'll be dangerous now. Sure, he's very happy about that. Bill Yarbrough slowing the field down here. We're at lap 58. We see the 5 car, or excuse me, the 0 car in 5th place. So Milt Mintner Jr. showing some skills here with limited seat time. Very impressive as the entire field comes streaming down pit road, led by the 54 car, the 18 191. Mark DeSenza's peeling off. We see the Voodoo car there coming down, and that would be the 101 of Alan Myers, who's got the preferred pit stall.
Sponsored by Budweiser, the king of beers.
And the 191 having a little problems getting into his pits. He had to back up and reset himself.
Oh shit!
The 9 had to reset.
Oh man, Dog's going in his pits there, and
yeah, it looked like he might have blocked you in a little there, Milty.
Shit, I can't find reverse. And then he bumped me out of the way there. Yeah, I was just exiting my pit.
And that's one of the dangers sometimes for.
Well, he was way behind.
Yeah, cars that are way ahead and cars that are behind from their qualifying spots, and that's how NR 2003 puts you in the pits. It's how you qualify.
You can't really fault him there because he was trying to get in, and I was just leaving as he was coming in, so it wasn't like he could see me start to pull out, because the rule is, you know, if a car's pulling out and you're behind, you gotta wait. But he didn't have enough time to see. So
no, it looked like he was already pitted before. Yeah,
you
did lose a ton of positions, unfortunately, there, Melty. But what I do see is the 52 car, Rick Johnson, now up to 10th. So from almost a lap down, Milty, to top 10. And like you said, with 100 laps to go, this is still a race that he could easily win. So
we reset here, and
we'll reset here.
Long way to go, and plenty of time to get there. So
our cars
got ourselves
are left
in the P5, so we can do it again.
17 cars on the lead lap. We have 4 cars 1 lap down or more. The 72 car surprisingly 1 lap down here as he peels off into the pits for his tires. But Mike Pruitt might have the opportunity here. He'll start at the very front of the field, and we'll see if he can get a lap back. Certainly capable of doing that. We'll see how that goes for him. In looking at our running order, Bill Yarbrough is our leader. Robert Bokum second. Teammate Mark Descenza third. Carrying those Apple Collision Center colors for both of them. And they are also sponsoring the Winston Cup Series for Friday nights, and we thank them very much for that. And of course, Robert said since painting that hood Apple Collision Center colors has brought him some good luck, and hard to disagree with him, Milty, with
yeah, no kidding.
over a 70-point lead coming into this race, which is very healthy, to say the least.
Cautions breed cautions, and now guys are a little more bunched up. They're feeling a little more comfortable with their cars, which is usually a bad thing. That start was so good because everybody just got in line and rode, and single file, you know.
Yeah, well, single file sometimes is supposed to be a little easier to keep it clean. So we'll see that as the 54 car leads it down, we have a green flag out, and we're back racing at lap 61. So 100 laps to go here at Dover, Delaware, the Monster Mile. Bill Yarbrough is our leader. As they go under the bridge here. We see Mike Sanders, Joe Cutt, side by side, almost. Thought the better of that. And we see some too wide racing here at the front as Robert Bokum makes a move to the front. Bill Yarbrough up very high, and he's going to lose several positions. He's lost 3 already. Joe Cutt to the inside. Mike Sanders to the inside.
Oh, Guidry going around.
Mike got one around. Now we have another car.
The 77's going around. Oh, and he saves it.
We got another car going around. That's the 72 car.
That's a nice save. Well, now what do you do?
So, Milty, as you said,
got a little bit of wear.
Cautions breed cautions, and we'll take a quick look at that and see what happened to the 30 car.
Looked like he spun it on his own, I think.
Yeah, he sure did, Milty, and kept it going straight. The 34 car also 34 car also took evasive action there. As we're back live.
A lot of cars staying out.
Yeah.
Great to lose their track position. Only one went in there from the top 15.
Yeah, we can see the field streaming out here. See the 9 of Ken Hansen is in. The 77 is in. Of course, 77 with a little damage now, I think, Milty. He got a little loose there, avoiding the initial spin there, and got the inside wall. So good time to pit and get damage fixed with the caution. 30 is also in. At the very least, burned up the tires if no damage. The 34 car in and the 108 in as well.
Well, with everybody being so fast, it's all about no mistakes or just stuff happening to you, like what happened to me there, you know. And it hurt John too, you know. So you gotta have stuff not like that not happen to you.
Yeah, and that's
or at least only once, you know.
Yeah, and or if it happens, you know, it did happen under caution and not green flag conditions, or it really would have hurt you bad. But with this other caution now, Milty, a chance to gather it back in and
Yep.
not lose any real ground to the leaders, which is always nice. Robert Bokum is our leader. He really came on strong with Bill Yarbrough there, forced the issue. Bill went high and then went, I think, higher than he would really want to. And a stream of cars got under him.
I think it upset the 30 because he was trying to, he realized that and was trying to make the move and got on the gas a little early because may have turned his wheel a little more because he saw Bill up there. And hi, Ken Ron giving us a little, how's it going? Welcome from the North United States, Pittsburgh or Pennsylvania, I believe.
So light's still on, so we're gonna go around at least one more time here.
And we could still get green flag runs too, but you see now the getting's kind of going, and especially for the guys in the top 10 are starting to think, you know, I could get on the podium here. Greg will interview me.
You can interview yourself.
I hope so, but long way to go. It's always good to have Rick Johnson up there up in front of me because I think he's going to be on the move. Still, as far as I know, he's still got a good car, and
yeah, I believe he does, Milty.
That's bad news for the Bears. So we're going to try to follow him.
That's a good. It's always a good idea to find someone that you know is knows what he's doing on any given track.
And he's your teammate too.
And then and he's also your teammate. So we see teammates at the front, the 18 and the 6. So we'll see if teammates can hunt them down. Allen holding strong in third. So Allen's car started from the pole, led some laps at the beginning. Mike Sanders came on like gangbusters, led a bunch of laps as well. Then he gave it up to Bill Yarbrough and now Robert Bokum. So the parade of leaders has continued, Milty. 4 guys, 4 leaders. Green flag's out. And we'll see if we can get another leader here with Mark DeSenza right on the back bumper of Robert Bokum as we get him out of 2 and let the racing begin. Joe cutting fourth, looking pretty solid all night so far. He got up a little high, got shuffled, but he gathered it back in, and he's just been making headway there. And that's a nice looking ride there in the Wrangler Camaro.
Tried to show myself to Pops there, but he ain't got veteran like him's not going to get flustered.
And we also see a couple other new faces. The 83 Steve Weber up in the top 10 now. Rick Johnson right there, and there's Pops in the 0 car and the 303. Of course, Pops, the veteran of many seasons, you know, he's won
champion.
Yeah, won in a bunch of different disciplines. A lot of race wins under the belt. We see the
and we call him Pops because his son Toby used to race in our league, and we were like, "Hi Jim, how's it going?" But then you hear Toby come in and say, "Hey Pops, what's up?" So obviously it stuck.
And just a little further back, the 30 Mike Guidry's right there. 34 Isaac Johnson, 108 a Dog, 72 of Mike Pruitt. These guys are lapped down. Let me see the 9 of Ken Hansen is also a lap down. I don't know what happened with Ken there. I don't know why he went a lap down, Milty, unless maybe a black flag or...
I saw a couple guys get BFs. Yeah, in fact, he did get a BF. I think that first caution.
And back to the front here, Robert Bokum, Mark DeSenza battling. Maybe not battling, but nose to tail Allen right there in third. Joe Cutt fourth. Mike Sanders fifth. We see Mike taking a look here for fourth place here inside of Joe Cutter. And he will take that position. Let's see if Bill Yarbrough can take advantage as well. No, Joe closes that door after just one gets through.
This is an extremely good setup. Really drivable. And it gets tighter later in the run, but nice and neutral. Not too scary, just the first couple laps, and you can make a mistake and still not wreck the car.
Yeah, we could see basically every car just nose to tail all the way to the lead. Very impressive drive here. No one pulling away. Robert Bokum certainly not pulling away from the field. Mark DeSanto
yeah,
still
you can't
right
really
there.
rush anybody because they're in the racing line, so you got to almost kind of get out of it a little earlier. Plus, you got the draft too. Ooh,
see Joe Cutt a little high. Bill Yarbrough taking advantage, and
seems to be tight in the corner there.
And really, this is the way we've seen almost every pass. A guy gets up a little high, either through a mistake or other reasons, and
that was close.
Others try to take advantage, and basically Bill Yarbrough gets through, but then Joe Cutt closes the door for the time being. But he's still up high. He might be having a little tire wear now. Could be showing up if you're a little abusive.
Yellow's out.
We have the caution out. And we'll see. Can't really see.
Smoke on the backstretch. Really tricky. You're going so fast here. You got to kind of slow down, especially if you're like in 10th and where, you know, even though the leaders are carrying it, the speed back to the backstretch, then they got to stop real quick. Well, pit road. Let's see what happens this time.
And the 108 and the 72 got together, and Dog went spinning and then into the outside wall.
Boy, it's tight. Okay, there's the 108 this time, so
yeah, and
this time we got it.
Yeah, and it just looked like the 108 either didn't know Mike was there or thought he had more room than he did, but he kind of just moved up into Mike and contact. Dog went spinning.
303 got me.
Mike continued.
Bill Yarbrough lost some spots. Me and Ken Ron both got by Pops. Really hard to get in your stall there. There was like a couple cars trying to negotiate. 2 stalls ahead of me. Then I had a car in front of me, car right behind me. Pretty much well done there, though.
Yeah, we'll take a look here. We see Bill Yarbrough did kind of struggle getting into his pit stall with Robert Bokum pitting very far out to the edge of the pit stall. Bill had to kind of tiptoe in. The 34 had to back up, and he kind of pinned in the 54 as well.
We're down to
and contact with the 54 and the 191 as they exited. Okay. 191 got sideways, kept it together though, but possible damage though to the 191. Bill Yarbrough kind of, when he came in, Milty, Robert was kind of at the far right side of the pit stall.
That's Dover, man. You know,
and
I mean,
it presented Bill with a tough angle to get into his pit stall.
Yep.
And then once he did, he was in too tight, and as others pitted around him, he got kind of blocked in just like you did. And then when he came out, it was so tight, there was contact with the right front fender of Yarborough and the left rear quarter panel of Mike Sanders. And Mike spun the car about halfway there, gathered it back up, and kept going. So we'll see if that has any lasting effects at all.
Yep. We can do this on one stop here now, right on the edge.
You see we're past halfway now. Lap 80, beginning lap 83 now of 160. So right beyond halfway, we can do about, what, 50 plus laps.
Coming up.
So one stop
now
it
is.
Now
it gets more interesting with lap cars.
Yeah, we see a few lap down cars will make their way. Only 3 cars a lap down, the 9, the 77, and the 72. So some quality cars, 1 lap down, the 9 and the 77. Mike Pruitt showing 2
nice
laps
trying
down.
To finish on the podium in points.
Yeah,
I'd like to win the championship, but Bocum's got these guys covered so far.
Yeah, it would take a no-show by Bocum to affect the standings, I think, at the top. However, the rest of the positions are definitely up for grabs still, Milty. And, of course, if you can't beat Robert Bocum, you want to finish second. And that's an accomplishment if you finish second. And
can't beat him, join him. That's his teammates are always second, too. So.
Yeah, and if you finish second in Winston Cup after a 20-race season with these fields, that's a feather in your cap, if you ask me.
Oh, hell yeah. These guys are good.
And here we go. Green flag is out again.
Oh, we got a huge checkup. Locked up my tires a little bit, but looks like everybody, I think it was Steve Weber couldn't get going. I don't know what happened to him there, but.
You see Ken Hansen trying to get that lap back. He's to the inside of Robert Bocum.
Might be missing a gear or something.
And he takes that position.
Yeah, and the leaders know he wants his lap back, so that's how you gotta do it. You gotta drive the wheels off it.
And that's what he just did. And now the 6 and the
Mike
101
Sanders is gone.
Under heavy pressure. So Ken Hansen now on the tail end of the lead lap. 18, Robert Bocum is our leader. 101, Alan Myers second. Mark DeSenza third. Rick Johnson up to fourth. And Rick has just played this race out like someone who's done it before.
He doesn't have to mess with these other cars.
Yeah, he's getting in and out very nicely, it appears. And he's really just kind of went from...
I told you. My teammate
went from the 6th, 17th, and 18th to the top 10, now to the top 5, and just looking very calm and collected. The car looks clean. PPG sponsorship. You gotta like
World
PPG sponsorship, Milty. That's an old school sponsorship right there.
Yeah, you sponsor the IndyCar Series. Real IndyCar Series.
That's right. For a while there, they were the main sponsor.
Well, here we go again. It's starting to coagulate as a line here. With no ability to pass outside, you have to wait for a mistake. Pressure the driver in front and hope something happens where you can get by.
Yeah, when that driver in front of you is Bill Yarborough, you're not too hopeful that there'll be a mistake. But what you can hope is that you stay right in this track, so when he sees an opening, you'll follow him through, and that's what Bill, I'm sure, will be looking for. So everyone seems to be content right now. Still one stop to make, so everyone knows there might be another green flag stop, and maybe want to have those tires. They saw what happened in that first green flag round. Some guys went 10 laps more than others, and it didn't seem to hurt them track position-wise. So I think a long run here is in order, and you want to have your equipment there at the end. And 18, 101, 6 are 1, 2, and 3, nose to tail. Rick Johnson fourth, just a couple car lengths behind. You see Joe Cutt going underneath the 77, who's a lap down. Joe Cutt.
Oh, Bill got the apron.
Joe Cutt in the, oh, and there's a little contact.
77.
There was contact between the 83 and 77, almost the same as what happened with Sam. A little contact on the outside just sent him. Oh, and another little contact with Milty there. And the 77 car is really out of control right now. Sliding across the track again into the wall. So 77 needs to gather those cars. Gather it in, boy. Gather it in. That car got loose and he kept getting on the gas and kept getting out from under him and off the walls, and everything seems to be okay now. No harm, no foul. No caution. Going back here to the front, Ken Hansen lead over Robert Bokum to stay on the lead lap is slightly shrinking. And the cars behind Robert Bokum are not backing off. So we got the leaders really coming, and I think Robert.
Oh, Ken Ron gets loose.
Robert's under a lot of pressure here when he gets up to Ken. I think he's going to have to make a move. And there's contact between Pops and Ken Ron. Yeah, Pops got into Ken Ron there.
Ken got those tires angry, and then he saved it like twice, but then he was going slower in front of Pops. Pops got him.
Yeah, yeah. Caution is out. And now we're looking at, 60 laps, Milty. It's a little outside the window, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
54 laps or so. So we could be in the window before this caution is over, though.
Possibly,
and this will be interesting to see if some of the leaders will come in and do a gas and go and be content to start at the back of the lead lap cars and not pit again. Robert Bokum leading them down. Everyone coming in, of course. '52 is in, and as Milty said, he has a kind of a back stall there, so he's not in the fray of all these leaders. And we see the 108 pulling in slowly. Should be enough room there for the zero car.
Missed his stall.
And drag race with the 83. The 88 of Joe Cutt out in front. And looks like the 83 will win that race.
I got a black flag.
And Milty got speeding. So tail end for Milty, which will mean 15th place.
Got about 39 right there.
And veteran Milt Mintner Jr. Showing you what not to do on pit road. A little drag race there with the 83 might have caught you, Milty. See our lap down cars now peeling off. Our leader is the 101 of Alan Myers. So Alan with a great pit stop got out in front of the 18. And he'll lead with 60 laps to go as we come back around. Zero car has to drop back, and he'll be
all the way to the back.
He'll be showing in 15th position. Last car on the lead lap, 15 cars on the lead lap, 3 cars showing laps down. Michael Sanders showing 16 laps down, not retired yet. Not sure what's going on there. But 77 showing 1 lap down, and the 72 car of Mike Pruitt showing 2 laps down. We know they're still active, but I don't think the 191 is on the track.
I went to about 39, then I took it down to about 30 trying to fold the speed trap, but busted.
So resetting our running order with the lights are still on in the pace car. The 101 is our leader, 18 second. 52 of Rick Johnson creeping up from 4th now to 3rd. Mark DeSenza back to 4th. Joe Cutt 5th. Steve Weber 6th. Mike Guidry 7th. Bill Yarbrough 8th. Ken Hansen back on the lead lap in 9th. But he'll be pitting, so I think he may be starting a little further toward the back. The 34 car, early damage, has fought back and maybe repaired some damage and maybe getting a little better. He's in 9th. And the 43 car, Rick Wisconsin, is showing now in 10th. 54 car is showing now retired. So Bill Yarbrough has retired.
9 car has no second. He must have got a EO too racing me because he was ahead of me. So, and I was at 39 for a second there, so he must have sped too.
So we got a couple jailbreakers in the back of the pack here. Lights are now out on the pace car. We'll see how this gets handled here at the front with the teammates of 77 and the 101. The 77 a lap down. 101's the leader. Be interesting to see if the lap is given back. But Allen's got some good cars behind him he's going to have to worry about. Flags out, and let's see what happens. The 77 does get underneath and sets sail. 101's got his hands full immediately with the 18 car all over the back bumper. 52 and the 6 right there.
Oh boy. 72 almost wrecked it.
One, two, three, four, nose to tail. Joe Cutt 5th. Just a few car lengths off of the leaders. Very tight here at the front. Go on back. We see the 83 of Steve Weber and the 30 of Mike Guidry. 99 of Posh Marguson and 34 Isaac Johnson. Away to Doug Palmer 10th, Ken Ron 11th. Of course, Mike Pruitt a couple laps down, and then Milty. And then Ken Hansen rounds out our lead lap cars. Dog under attack here by Ken Hansen. Ken taking a look on the outside. And almost a little contact there.
Whoa!
Yeah, they bunched up
God dang. Man, I had to pass there, but I couldn't get wound up. I had to woe up to keep from hitting them.
Yeah, they stacked up behind Dog there, the 303 and the 72, and it looked like they may have gotten off the gas there, and Almost a
Ooh, car against
disaster.
the wall.
And that would be the 101 car. So our leader up into the wall, and Allen really losing positions. And we see Allen just getting a little high there as he was side by side. Didn't touch the wall, but boy, did he get up high. We go back live, we see back into the 7th position now. So from the lead back to 7th position for Allen. And that's what can happen if you just make that one mistake. These guys are so good, they jump on any little mistake. And that gives the lead back to Robert Bokum. Rick Johnson second, Mark DeSenza third. Rick Johnson now completing his back of the field to the front of the field journey. And he's right there with Robert Bokum at lap 112. Joe Cutt up the 4th. Looking back behind Joe Cutt, you see the 77 up high, the 101 and the 30 getting underneath them. Now the 99 and the 34 as well. Steve Weber in 83 car. Webb is up the 5th now. Allen up the, moving back up to 6th. He did fall back to 7th. Now he's back up to 6th. Mike Guidry right behind him, teammates. So they'll try to work with each other there and see if they can move on back to the front. Won't be easy. 99-34. Line of Ken Hansen. You see Dog and 77 of Pat Boucher side by side. Now Ken will see if he can take advantage of Pat going up high, and he does. Next is the 0 car looking underneath.
Somebody blew up.
Oh, a little contact there between the 0 and the 77. We have the 30 car blowing up right in front of them.
Still green.
Still green. The 77 and the Milty there, just a little.
Yeah, he got a piece of me.
Little touch there, little love tap. With 77 getting a little squirrely. Yeah, he's got damage. Now he's off the wall, and Mike Pruitt almost looking to make it 3 wide there for a brief moment.
Guys are laps down. Don't wreck me.
Green is still out. Ken Hansen going underneath the 108.
Cars, I can't see nothing now. Car's still good. It's just I can't get a break here.
Lap 119.
And I cannot see at all. Again, that thing just snail trailed all over my windshield.
Oil blowing up on Milty's windshield. He'll need to get that addressed at the pit stop. They'll tear it off and clear off that windshield for him. But until then, he's got to fight through it. And Robert Bokum has kept Rick Johnson behind him. But Rick has not left his back bumper. Mark DeSenza right there as well. Any move Rick makes, Mark is going to pounce on. Joe Cutt right there as well. So our top 4, very racy, very fast, and nose to tail. 5th place, the 83, Steve Weber. 101, Alan Myers, 6th. Alan seems to have gathered it back up a little. He was our leader. He got outside, let a couple go by. Then when he was side by side there, got up into the marbles up high and lost 3-4 positions. But now it seems like he's got the car back underneath him and pressuring 5th place Steve Weber for that position. Pop's right there as well. Pop's car seems to be coming alive, getting a little better as this race went on. So some cars seem to come alive here.
Especially if you're not having the race as hard, you know.
Yeah, some cars have seemed to come alive, Milty. Some cars seem to have kind of went flat.
Yep.
And Joe Cutt's car has come alive. Rick Johnson's car's come alive. Steve Weber's car, Pops, and then, you know, Ken Hansen all of a sudden is, you know, not there. He said he lost a gear. See, Ken Ron was up there, and he's kind of maybe burned up the equipment, and he's fallen back. So lap 126 of 160, this race is really winded quick with these green flags. We gotta love these green flag races here. 20 plus car fields. Only what, I think two or three cautions. So a lot of green flag racing here. Robert Bokum the leader, Rick Johnson second, Mark Desenza third, Joe Cutt fourth. Those guys have been the class of the field this last green flag run. And then back we have a battle 5th, 6th, and 7th as the 83 of Steve Weber, the 101 of Alan Myers, and the 99 of Pops Markison. They're about a second behind our lead group of 4. Then behind Pops, we have the 34 and the 9 battling it out. Ken Hansen taking a look on the inside. 34 closing the door on him. Behind Ken, we have the 108 of Dog Palmer and the 0 of Milt Mintner. Milty seems to be slowly gathering in the 108 car, and the 108 is not known for the ease of passing, so we'll see we'll see how our pro in the 0 car handles that when the time comes. Only 31 laps to go, and that would be a battle for 10th position. Right behind that is the 303 of Ken Ron, 43 of Rick Pisconer, 12th and 13th. And back to our leader, Robert Bokum, who's now stretched out the lead from Rick Johnson. So Robert's car is
99 is pitting.
Yeah, and then we can't see pit stops at any given time now. It's completely up to the driver now. Some will run it dry, and some will try to do strategy and pit early and see if that gives them an advantage with new tires versus the old ones. But
I'd
right
sure
now,
like to be able to see.
and Milty might be one of the candidates to come in early to get that fresh windshield. 30 laps, he can abuse the tires and kind of run it hard and not worry about tire wear with just now 27 laps to go. No pitting yet from any of our leaders.
The 10-lap differential between fuel and distance left, 28 and 18. So.
Yeah, so we see Pops coming out, just going a lap down, just the leader's just going by him. But with those fresh tires, let's see if he can get back around him and unlap himself. And that will be that would be a key if Pops could get back around Robert Bokum and then cycle around. He might have something for him. Looks like Pops had a great pit stop. Not easy to stay on the lead lap here at Dover, Milty, on green flag conditions.
I'm scraping the wall. I can't see.
You see the 0 did get around the 108. That was a battle for 9th and 10th with Pops pitting. About a 5-second gap between the 0 car and the 34. Still no pit takers amongst any leaders. Closing in on 24 to go. And Pops.
I cannot see.
Pops right on the back bumper of our leader Robert Bokum, and Pops will go around Robert Bokum now in this turn 1 here.
Pit stops. 303.88.
So finally we're seeing some pit stops. I would suspect we'll see the 0 car.
Gotta get 4 tires. Too. 0 is pitting. Barely even see where I'm going.
Lane. 0 slowly in, 88 is in, 303 is in.
Wow.
They'll give him a tear off and let there be light. Can you see yet?
They pull it off right at the end.
And 101 is in, 18 is in. So our leader of the race, Robert Bokum, in the pits. As the 0 checks out, the 101 and 18 check in. As is the 52 and the 6 in. So all of our main competitors in the pits. 18, 52 leave, 6 leave. Good pit stops appear to be had by all. And we see the 101 also out and away. 9 to Ken Hansen in the pits. And Ken's out and away.
Losing that track position, we needed a caution. Still could use one even, as long as they recycle, of course.
Right now the lead is shown as the 34 car of Isaac Johnson. So leading under the green flag pit stop exchanges. Fork. Steve Weber now in the pits. 43 is also in the pits. And we'll wait and see this to cycle around. The 34 is still showing as the leader, the 83 second. And the 108 are the only cars showing on the lead lap at the moment. But when this all is said and done, is said and done, I believe we're still going to have the 18 as our leader. 16 laps remaining. It's going down quickly here. Trying to find the 83 car, and there he is coming out of the pits. So Weber, our last car to pit. That will hand the lead back to Robert Bokum. There we see Robert, and we see Rick Johnson, about 5-6 car lengths behind. And then Rick about 2.5 on Joe Cutter and Mark DeSenza. Now Mark to the inside of Joe Cutt, and Mark will take that position. And that's the 3rd position, so Mark up to 3rd, Joe back to 4th. As the laps are winding down here, 13 to go. So, 12 laps to go. This race is going fast. We'll take you back to the front. Robert Bokum is our leader, but Rick Johnson has not let him get away. Question is, does Rick have anything left? Milty, does he have anything left?
I think so. He might be just kind of course, he pitted earlier, so. And if they're catching him, it's not good.
They've really pulled away from 3rd place now, Mark DeSenza, by about 2 seconds. So with just 9 laps to go now, Robert Bokum, Rick Johnson, 1-2. Going to be extremely difficult to get around Robert Bokum, man. You're going to have to do something special.
Yep.
He's smooth, he's hitting his marks lap after lap, and that's what he does the best. So when he gets out there, he doesn't make a mistake. But Rick really has a very good
leader.
car. Home track for Rick Johnson, Milty. Local boy, and you said pictures of him growing up there at the track where there was no grandstands, no fanfare. You said just a chain link fence separating him and the track almost.
Yep.
And now here he is,
and then it
running
evolved.
behind Robert Bokum. And now,
and his pictures evolved too. As every year his family would go back, you'd see more stuff happen to the track, you know.
Yeah, and it's turned into what it is, which is a monster. High banked, fast, short track, basically just 1 mile oval. And it happens fast and furious here, as you see, with just 6 laps remaining. Rick Johnson right there on the back bumper of Robert Bokum. We're riding with Rick Johnson here in the cockpit. You can see right on the bumper of Robert Bokum. Very easy to see the Apple Collision Center's logo there.
Yeah.
Very consistent.
I got into the 72. I didn't think he was going to slow down that much.
And yeah, caution is out here.
He just slowed down right in front of me.
And this race looks like it might be ended.
34. Oh, man. Yeah, my bad. I just didn't realize he was going to, like, give the lineup, and he slowed down, and I couldn't get it. turned anymore. It's one of those days. Sure didn't want to affect a race that wouldn't finish under green. Bummer.
And we can
take a look at it.
Yeah,
but to me, it looked like he just slowed way down.
We'll take another look at it.
I couldn't get it. Couldn't get in. Couldn't get down lower.
Yeah, and we see. Yeah, Rick just. Yeah. Excuse me, Mike. Hard.
Yeah, Mike. Yeah. If I'd have known, I'd have took the lower lane, but I was following him.
Yeah,
so
yeah, he was.
So he was going just as fast as me. So I was taking my normal lane. All of a sudden, it was like he just slowed up, and I tried to get it turned down low, and
yeah, he was
just barely got into him.
He was certainly slower. He was only entering the turn at 140. You were approaching at nearly 160. So certainly something happened there to cause him to slow down so dramatically. And the contact wasn't made. You were blowing the car down 20 miles an hour.
Well, I had Isaac breathing down me there too.
Yeah, and, plus Isaac making a move.
He made a nice move not to get in the while we tangled, and he gets the spot. Good job. Good run for him.
And as we go back live, let's check it. We're on lap 158 of 160. I do not think we're going to restart this race, though. And that will give the win, appears, to Robert Bokum.
And I screwed my teammate. He didn't give him a chance. Bummer. Yeah.
So as we work down the back stretch one last time. Used to be a horse track in the center of this racetrack, Milty.
Steve Weber just bumping the crap out of me. Saying hi. He wants a little TV time.
Yeah. You don't reward bad behavior on TV time, Milty. Just I want to let them know that. But we see the white flag is out as they come past under caution, and this race will end with Robert Bokum as the winner if he can just get one more lap under caution. I've seen cars blow up under caution, Milty.
Yes, it's not over until the fat lady sings.
Of course, with the lights on the pace car, of course, there will that we do not have green, white checker finishes here at FSB. This is old school. The race ends when the race is supposed to end. If it's under yellow, then it's under yellow. If it's under green, it's under green. But unfortunately, it is under yellow, and Robert Bokum.
Yeah, good win by Robert there.
Will be our winner. Rick Johnson will finish second. Mark Descenza third.
Good run by my teammate there, Rick.
99 of Pops Markison.
He's going to slap
up
me
to
in the
fourth.
team
So great run by Pops up to fourth. And Allen brings it home with a top 5 from the pole. Great run by Allen as well. Joe Cutt 6th. Ken Hansen 7th. Isaac Johnson 8th. Milty will finish 9th. Well, maybe not.
I brake checked the 83 after the lights went up.
Milty 9th, and Webb will finish with the top 10 in 10th. So maybe not the way you wanted it to end, Milty, but still a top 10.
Yeah, just had some trials and tribulations, but bottom line is the driver error, and the E-holes what killed us because we still were in P5 and had a chance at the podium. So, and a lot of guys could say the same thing in this race. A lot of good green flag running, competition, hard racing, pit action, um, and great jobs. Even though stuff happened, still it's just a really professional race. Until now, because Steve Weber just planted me. He definitely wants some TV time.
Well, we're watching
I'll be
Burnouts by
back.
Robert Bokum, and congratulations to him. He managed this race just like we've seen him do in the past, and it really is a work of art how he works traffic, works his tires and fuel, and just seems to be there right when it matters and not before that point in time. And he'll take this win as you see the official standings now. 24 cars started, uh, 15 cars finished. A lot of early retirees for various reasons. We see, unfortunately for Mike Sanders, had a disconnect. A couple engines. Mike Guidry let go. Jim Sharf's let go. Ken Soska's gearbox let go on him. So some mechanical, some wrecks. A few cars a lap down. But then we have 11 cars finishing on the lead lap. And Robert Bokum, our winner. Rick Johnson second. Mark DeSenza completes the podium in third. And as we said, Milty bringing it home in ninth. And great run by pole sitter Alan Myers. 101 car led a bunch of laps various times in the race. Kind of made, maybe, I don't know if it was a mistake, but kind of got caught on the outside there and lost a few positions, but fought back very nicely. And certainly something to be proud of, a top 5 finish in a Winston Cup race. So once Milty gets cooled down, we'll see if he can bring up a couple of our podium finishers. See if we can get Rick Johnson and Robert Bokum, two titans of FSB. Rick Johnson, 4-time Pro Cup champion, and Robert Bokum, current Pro Cup points leader and Winston Cup champion as well. So great battle between the two of them.
Okay.
Well, Milty, that was a pretty solid race. Robert Bokum, solid win. Uh, but some good finishes there by your teammate Rick Johnson. Got to be
Yeah, I
happy
hated to
with
bring
Rick's
that.
performance.
Oh yeah. Well, ever since we were so happy to get him after um, having to fight him for all those years, and let me go down and grab get
Yeah, see if Robert
Robert Rick.
and Rick can join us briefly.
Uh,
Yeah, and a great race here at Dover with the 1 mile oval, fast and tough. Milty did comment on the setup, said it was a pretty fair setup, so I think that definitely contributed to the great green flag racing. Uh, we've had some in the smaller tracks here in the Winston Cup Series with these large fields. We have had some, a spat of cautions in these type of races, but not tonight. I think just 3 or 4 cautions all night. Green flag stops multiple times. Very impressive race by the whole field. And we'll see if Milty can drag up some of these guys here as they cool down in the racing channel. We can't go down there. You don't wanna maybe hear something that might offend you. So we'll stay up here in the safe booth while Milty does the dirty work down below. And also, I have been handed word that our points have been updated. So I will bring those up for you here so we can get a look at our point standings. Of course, Robert Bokum, that's his 8th win of the season here. Just a dominant performance for Robert Bokum all season long here in Winston Cup. And we can see now with the point standings up, uh, we see that he has stretched his lead to 84 big points over Ken Hansen. And now Ken has a nice little cushion in second. What is that? 16, 17 points over Steve Weber. And that's where just a 5-point separation between Steve and Joe Cutt for fourth. And then you see the points on down. Uh, Jim Scharf moving up one into seventh. Of course, Matt Watkins not making the start. Matt Watkins having a great season here in Winston Cup early on. Of course, Matt running limited schedule, so not competing here with the points. But we are now joined by our top three. And Robert, Rick, and Mark, great run, nose to tail. Very difficult to pass, it looked like. Kind of almost followed the leader there. But Rick, you look like you might have had something for him toward the end of that run. And if that caution didn't come out, what do you think?
His stupid teammate.
Would you have had something for him?
Caution, huh?
I wasn't going to bring that up, but, you know.
Well, we'll never find out, I guess.
Don't make me feel any worse.
Nah, Robert was doing what he had to do. I don't know if I would have caught him or not.
Robert, what do you think? Was it that type of race where if the guy that got out front, if he hit his marks, it was tough to pass?
Yeah, I feel like so. I don't know that if vice versa, I was telling Mark, vice versa, if either one of them been out front, I don't think it'd have been tough to get under them. The setup was so good, and really, this is the first Dover track that I hadn't seen the tires really fall off, except in that first run. And two guys got way out there, and then Bill was able to run them down at the end. But besides that, I mean, I thought it was it seemed to hold up pretty good.
It was a friggin' freight train, man. I mean, the thing that separated you guys was not making mistakes, having great pit stops. Rick with his stall in the back there was out of the trouble, and you up front there, you guys both executed, and then you could race there. DeCinza, he came from the back though. That must have been a hell of a run there, Mark.
Yeah, I didn't like it, but yeah, there was some close calls and everything. But we ran a little hard that first run, trying to, pass some cars before we either had a pit or the caution come out, and then after that, just try to run normal. That last pit there, once Rick caught Robert, I was too far away. They were running together, and I couldn't catch him. But they had a hell of a run. I don't know if I would have got by him anyway, but Robert was flying.
Well, me and Rick Johnson especially have been around forever. We've run a lot of races, and this is the closest field on speed that I think I've ever seen here for a 20-plus car field from top to bottom. Was really fast. It was just all about not getting damaged and not getting in trouble. And how did you had a rise to meteoric supremacy there, Rick? You kind of went through the pack too.
Yeah, I started like 19th or 20th, I forget what it was. But yeah, I was kind of worried at the beginning of the race because I was running as far as I probably could, and I was barely catching anybody.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, dang.
Yeah,
So
Rick, we were talking about that with that first green flag run, I think maybe what I was thinking is maybe, it caught you by surprise that it was such a long run to start the race and you were getting into the eyes of the leaders, and then when that caution came out, you made up all that track position, and That was a big turning point for you.
Yeah, my first pit stop was horrible. I got blocked in and had to back up, and I come out back on the track, and I was in like a second ahead of the leader. I think it was Bill at the time. And then it looked like I got a caution and caught back up. But yeah, I was running pretty hard that first run, and I was just looking at nose to tail cars in front of me. I was like, if I pass this guy, I ain't going nowhere after that. So
Yeah, what's the
I
point?
might as well. Yeah, what's the point? I might as well stay here for a while.
Yeah, I kind of had the same thing too with some cars with a close field and green flag runs. You had everybody pitting, and you had cars that were out of position, and they were coming in later, right as cars were coming out. It was definite chaos, you know. Dover,
Yep, Dover.
but it's also FSB racing where you have that green flag running, where you have that kind of stuff, and it makes it interesting. And the guys that and you guys just seem to. I mean, I don't know how many times we've had the three of you are up here. So you know, you guys got to have something a little extra than the rest. But that was really a tight ass field.
Yeah, sure was.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
it
only
was
got
nose to tail racing for sure.
yeah, I only got where I was because of the pit stops. I think I was gaining like 2 or 3 every pit stop. I think I passed Mark actually on pit road.
Yeah.
Well, your pit stop, your pit stall in the back there, you're able to get in and then get out and stay
Yeah.
on that outside lane. And it was it was like a like Greg said, a hornet's nest on the inside lane. Everybody coming out, and he was just cruising right through there. That's definitely veteran move there.
It's so hard to pass though when you're following somebody. You got to follow them so close at such high speeds because and wait for them to mess up to try to make the pass, and you got to be right there to pounce on it as soon as they mess up. If you're back a
Right.
little, it ain't gonna matter.
Especially,
But you got to
especially
follow
turn,
somebody so
yep,
close just to try to get by them. So you got to stay with them.
especially turn three, because you can drive, you can take different lines into that one where you drive in so hard, and when you're like, if you're behind somebody like half a second or so, then you can really push it and catch back up to them because you're still in the draft. But once you get up close and you want to try to make a move, and it's like you pucker because you don't know if should I drive it in that hard? Is this guy driving it in that hard? And that's pretty much what happened to me. And bringing out the caution at the end there is I was just pushing hard like we were going, and all of a sudden you know I overdrove it.
I think it was I don't know if it was the first or second time Rick was following you had hit the wall. I just about was going to get a run on you, and I just
Yeah, I know.
wasn't sure I was going to do it, so I just backed off. I didn't think because it said outside and then it said clear, and I was like right there, so I just said no, better not try.
Yeah, that's why I hit the wall. I was looking at my mirror watching you, and I was like, oh man, where's the wall?
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, very impressive race tonight. We've like I said before you guys came up here, we've seen these shorter track races in the Winston Cup sometimes lead to double-digit cautions, and definitely not the case tonight. So, very good run for the entire field.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
gotta thank Apple Collision Centers for sponsoring the series and sponsoring my car and Robert's car and uh, team cars. Cars are fast. Robert seems to put it all together a lot, and he knows how to get it done. So, but I'd like to thank them for sponsoring the series.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I definitely put the Apple Collision Center the guys to work last week. We had a rough outing last week, but they worked hard all week. I want to thank all the guys at Apple Collision Center. I know they're all watching, so give a shout out to them. Thank y'all. Willie Harris, the owner, he's cheering me on. Jess, the other estimator, they're both texting me, telling me good race. And I want to give a shout out to Willie's daughter, Emily Harris. She's a big time swimmer. She's actually ranked first or second in the whole nation, and that's pretty freaking good to have a girl like that to do it. So I guess it's the Apple Collision logo. She's hammered in and pulling. We're hammered on track, so that's a good thing.
Where did they get the bill for my practice cars?
Yeah,
Well, you guys,
There's quite a few of them.
you guys
that
are
was a
winners. You guys are winners on the track, and you also winners off the track and been around for years. And you also have good sportsmanship, which is important in our league. You know, it's one thing to be fast, and there's been a lot of fast guys come through here, but you've got longevity here, Robert, and Apple Collision Center people should be proud because not only do you win most of the time, but you also carry yourself the way we like. So.
Well, I appreciate that. Means a lot. And I want, like I said, good job to Rick and Mark. But I really appreciate Rick that wreck coming out of turn 4. I let up because I seen the guy wrecked and Rick didn't see him, and I was waving my hands on the way. He didn't slow down. he could have easily dumped me right there, but he was able to let up in time, being a pro he is.
You guys are only like 1,000 miles away from each other. I don't know why I didn't see you.
But yeah, that was close. I kind of panicked on that one, but no, I appreciate them guys. Like I said, that was a fun race racing them too. We were bumper to bumper the whole time and no contact, and that's what makes it great to be able to race guys like that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and that's a home track for Rick, and we mentioned this before, but you've been going to that track for real since you were knee high to grasshopper with your brother and your dad. So that's real special. You always run well at Dover, Rick, and
yeah,
you can
nice
see
place
that
to go
place,
to.
you know, just from outside your window.
Yep.
Well, at least I know I was getting booed and stuff thrown at me after the race. I didn't know what happened.
Yeah, that's a hometown boy right there.
Didn't mean to scare you there, Milt, by passing you outside. I was just running out of patience.
No, wait till you watch the broadcast because that was like the only other guy that ever done me like that was Matt Watkins. So,
Oh boy!
But he did it in 3 and 4. That was great racing, dude.
Yeah, it was fun. Rick, you got a hell of a car too, man. You were, like I said, I think if Rick was out front, I'm not sure any one of us could have got him. You know, so head out to Alan Lewis, man. That guy was running good. He had a good run. The guy's really good, boy. He's right there up on that wheel now.
He is, yeah. You guys are gonna have to deal with him.
And how about Pops finishing 4th?
Yeah,
guys out here.
Even Cutter ran good too. Webb, a lot of them guys ran. Everybody ran pretty good.
Yeah, I do want to give a real quick, Farley. Bill, if you're I do want, I guess, apologize a little bit. I got left out a little bit in my pit. I was in my pit, but I was actually trying to give Bill more room to get in, so I stayed out a little bit. It was hard on him to get in because then the guy in front backed in. So, I mean, there wasn't much I could do there, but regardless, I still give him an apology out. So if you listen, Bill, no pun intended there.
That was pit road. We all kind of experienced.
That's the
some coagulation there.
It's so hard there.
Yeah,
that first pit stall is big here, though. I'll tell you right now. You get that first pit stall here. That's where you want to be pitting.
All right, guys. Well, appreciate it. Congrats, Robert. And top 3, good job. And
appreciate you too, Greg.
Look forward to doing it again next week, Wednesdays, Friday nights. FSB Racing. Check it out. Check
Pro
out
race
the
Wednesday
website.
night.
Check out the YouTube.
Here for the paperclip.
Yeah, that's Robert's track. He'll be right there Wednesday night. Let me tell you that.
Boy.
Yeah, little Martin.
I probably won't be. Although I won a cup race there, you know, but that's not one of my tracks.
Yeah, but you got the right kind of instructor there. Robert instructed me on short track racing and improved my game for sure.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I really sucked at Martinsville, and being around Robert, following him enough because a lot of times he's in front of me. It's just, you know, keeping that consistency through the. Yeah, most of the time he is in front of me. If he's behind me, he's coming up to lap me. But
he's full of
he'll be up on the wheel there. I'll tell you that. But we're gonna give it a shot.
Yeah, we'll be there to watch it all. So check it out Wednesday night, 9:30 Eastern time. FSBRacing.com. Thanks a lot, guys. Appreciate it.
Take care, guys.
Yep. Good job, guys.